me ask you this question right here. Like you were a Mardi Gras Indian
Yes.
as well. So I guess Mardi Gras for Mardi Gras Indian, that's a big day.
Yeah,
right?
you know, that's a day, you know, that we put all that effort and money that we don't have and to make one of them costumes, to walk out your door, and for the people of your neighborhood to tell you what the beautiful work that you've done.
See, and that's what I wanted to ask. What I wanted to do is just, you know, like assume, like it's like the people listen don't know anything about Mardi Gras Indians.
Yeah.
Take me through it like step by step.
Now,
like I guess the first thing, you know, start with like you getting your suit together all the way to Mardi Gras, what you do that day.
I tell you what, this right here, the uptown style of Mardi Gras Indian, is the beginning of a Mardi Gras Indian suit. From that first idea you have. Yes, that's the first idea you have of how you want to design the suit. And from you creating that first image, and then you move from there to filling in the blanks.
Okay.
Right? And from filling in the blanks, you know.
So I guess
Yes.
on this one you didn't start doing a
Right.
So how you get the beads on there?
With a thread needle. It's a passion.
Okay.
When you turn it around,
Oh,
yes,
Okay.
you know, the almighty thread needle.
Is there a patch like this that's 100 that's completely done? So, this
Yes.
one right here?
Yes.
Okay.
But
Let's hold it up right next to each other.
well, I'm gonna show you my book cover.
Oh, that's the cover.
This is the cover of my book.
About what's the time involved for this?
Well,
just to get to this
well,
point.
well, your commitment. You know, saying, well, I got to get this piece finished. So once you put down that first bead, then you know that.
About how
vision.
much time do you think it'll take us to do?
If you serious, a month.
Just for this part right here?
Just to do this.
No. I'm talking about exactly what we have, not completed, but just the beads and the stuff we have on here right
Yeah, well, with an outlining, if you're serious, 2 days.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now for this one right here.
For this?
Because this is a little.
For this, serious beading, take about a month and a half.
Okay.
You know, but see this particular piece here, I feel like, you know, just like any artist, that is one piece that is your signature piece of work. And when I did this piece in 1992, which took me about 5 months.
Oh wow! Just for this one piece, right?
Yes, because it was so intricate, and you know, art is a vision, and I had visions of the colors that I wanted in it. So I had to go out and find the color bead, and you know, get certain parts started. And as the vision and the spirit take control of you, then you end up with this.
So for this suit, 1992.
Yeah.
Let's assume that the Mardi Gras was going to be in February.
Yeah.
So you probably started working on a suit at what time?
Well, I started like about maybe in March.
Like the March, or so you
Yeah.
so you got a good 11-month
That's right.
11-month run.
You
Okay.
know, and it's a commitment. You know,
Gotta be a commitment.
because
If it's just 6
you know
months for this.
when you say that a commitment, that means your financial commitment, your time of all. Because I was working for the transit system on the streetcar tracks. So when I got off out of that grit and dirt, I would come on, take a shower, eat, and sort of 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning, and had to be to work at 6 o'clock. But that was a commitment of completion.
I got you.
You know, of that target date, the Mardi Gras day. And while I'm working on a piece, I got other friends who working on pieces for me. And say a month before Mardi Gras, we start bringing all this stuff together and make it happen.
So, okay, so about a month, that's when you start bringing the feathers and and adding everything.
Right.
So okay, only you know, because I was never Mardi Gras Indian, even though I love the culture. The only reference I have is maybe something like Christmas. I know as a kid, you know, Christmas Day, I can hardly sleep at night,
you know,
or even a big football game. You know what I'm saying?
And
so you get that same kind of like rush, like
it's such a rush that, you know, for you to walk out of that door and you didn't put all this together, you saying to yourself your work is beautiful. But for see, when you stand out there and all these people with their children and everybody say, oh, look how beautiful you are. There's a great job you done. And then that feeding off the people energy is what bring you into that ritual battle of walking 5 and 6 miles with all this weight on to tell that next Mardi Gras Indian, you didn't do your homework. You know?
Well, that Mr. Lewis is talking about right here, the House of Dance and Feathers, and it's the real deal. I'm gonna have to get myself a copy. I had a chance to look through it. If you are interested in the culture of New Orleans and Mardi Gras Indians and social aid and pleasure clubs, Skull and Bone Gang, I highly recommend getting this book right here.
Finally, a book came from the inside, the person who done lived this entire culture.
There you go.
And this is what people feel. You who looked in the book, they read in the book, say, oh, we never had a book so in depth about our cultural life. And like I tell people, it's not my book, it's the people's book, you know. And, you know, that's why, like I said, I'm honored for y'all to come here and to be a messenger.
Explain to people what social aid and pleasure clubs are.
Well, it goes back to our benevolent society here in the city of New Orleans. With the Young Men Olympia, it's the oldest benevolent parade benevolent in the city of New Orleans, well over 120 years.
Wow.
And what the benevolent did out of the church was serve the community. You know, and if you belonged to the benevolent, then you had a chance to have an honorable burial.
I see.
You know, because the benevolent had burial plots. And they served the community through social aid, through trying to help feed families and do whatever. So things changed over from the benevolent to the social aid and pleasure club, which was more festive.
I got you.
You know, benevolent wore their black and white, put on their parades and things, and went back to the church. But we still hold the church in high regard. But once we get our blessing thing, then we bring on the big party. We stop at every happy spot and get happy. The followers get happy. And when those 4 hours are over, everybody's happy.
Everybody's happy.
Yes.
So well, since you've been like a Mardi Gras Indian and you've been a member of the Social Aid Pleasure Club, did you start the Big Nine?
I helped found it.
You helped found it?
Along with Edgar Jacobs.
Well, now, in terms of getting ready for like one of those big events as a Mardi Gras Indian, getting ready for that big parade, you know, with the Big Nine that's going to march across that canal. What are there similarities? What's differences?
The similarity is the preparedness, but what makes the difference? Making a Mardi Gras Indian suit is an individual thing.
I got you.
You know, where preparing for your parade and your group is a group thing as a whole. You know, you got to determine the clothes you're gonna wear and get everybody to agree upon that color and all of that,
right.
And then put the whole package together.
Well, I bet you they get about 20 dudes to agree on the same color suit. That might not be as easy as it looks.
Let me tell you, sometimes you have to become a dictator for the best interest of the club.
I got
you know, and you can say, well, I'm cutting it off here, and this is what we're gonna do. Now pay your parade taxes and everything, and let the show go on. You know, but that's New Orleans. And like I was saying, when the Social Aid and Pleasure Club took over, in a sense, that we still do the social things, except we using the events of modern times. School supply giveaways and giving out food baskets and these sort of things, and making social statements. You know, that we're not just a party group. When you look at the House of Dance and Feathers, you come to a whole table of educational literature. You know, not just letting people know, yes, we make these great costumes, we dance on the street, but look at here. Look at the education that sits on this table. When you come in here, you're going to look at all this great stuff, then you're going to end up right over here saying, I didn't know about this.
I got you.
And this is what the House of Dance and Feathers do. It being an education center.